So remember I put out this video called Kingdom Hearts 2.8 TGS Trailers Hooded Man's True Identity. Now this video didn't really get too much flack in the like and dislike ratio. That was actually pretty much in my favor by a huge margin. So definitely that was good there. The views were pretty good. I think the watch time was pretty good as well. But some of the comments that I got in the video was more so trying to make it seem like that of course I was somehow wrong or I overlooked certain details. And you know, this is definitely some stuff that's going to be brought up in the future, and I definitely need to make this video. I'm gonna get cocky in this video, so disclaimer right now, I am going to be cocky as fuck. So if you guys don't want to hear it from me and you just want to go check it out for yourselves, the news for yourselves, I'm going to be putting the link in the description below. But apparently Poppa Nomura was in an interview with Dengeki PlayStation yesterday, and seeing as he was in this interview yesterday, he gave out some new details about the Kingdom Hearts Chi back cover segment inside of this video, inside of the TGS trailer. So with this new information, he revealed something very interesting, and I'm just gonna read it. I'm not gonna get cocky at first. I'm just gonna read it. You may hear some type of differences in my voice and stuff as I get more hype because of the revelation that he gave out, but let's get into it. In the latest trailer of Kingdom Hearts X back cover, there was a figure wearing a black coat separated from the 5 foretellers, but you guys already know what's about to go down, doc. As we've already revealed in KHX, that is a character named Luxu. Since he's wearing the black coat, it seems like a lot of people mistook Luxu for the Master of Masters, but they're two different people. The one holding a dandelion on the package art and in the trailer is the Master of Masters. Now obviously he's talking about the E3 2016 trailer, not this trailer, and the other person wearing a black coat is Luxu. The relationship is more clearly drawn out in Kingdom Hearts X back cover. Now obviously he once again isn't stating who's talking to who or anything like that, but obviously he is talking about the person that is talking to Master Ira, and let me explain why we can tell he is in fact talking about the person talking to Master Ira. You see, let's read over this again, and I'm going to give you guys the key thing that he said that explains it to us or exposes it to us. As we've already revealed in Kingdom Hearts X, that character is named Luxu. Since he's wearing a black coat, it seems a lot of people have mistook Luxu for the Master of Masters, but they're two different people. The one holding a dandelion on the package art and in the trailer, so if you jump back to the E3 2016 trailer, you'll realize there's a guy with a more deeper tone and a more serious voice that says, 1, this world is full of light, and 2, darkness will prevail and light expires. And he says that is the Master of Masters, and the other person wearing the black coat is Luxu. Their relationship is more clearly drawn out in Kingdom Hearts X back cover. Now if you guys remember in the original video, I talked about the potential possibility of a relationship between, not like a relationship, but a relationship between the Master of Masters and Luxu, which kind of would explain why of course Luxu was gone for that considerable amount of time and stuff like that. And I was planning on making a second and probably even a third video going even more in detail with how it was impossible for this person to be the Master of Masters, but I did in fact talk about how the Master of Masters didn't resurface yet, and the Master of Masters didn't resurface because the Master of Masters is essentially gone somehow. Wherever the hell he's going to, we don't know, but Luxu definitely did tell Master Alba in the second update before the finale that the way to the Master of Masters is pretty much through him. He confirmed it to Master Alba, or he pretty much knew that that's why Master Alba came to him, because he knew that she probably had an idea that maybe Luxu would know, seeing as he disappeared around the same time. And seeing as he disappeared around the same time and no one has found the Master of Masters, but obviously Master Alba has found Luxu. Once again, I've said this to someone and they tried to deny it, standing in the exact same spot really. And when you think about it, if Master Alba survives the encounter with Luxu, seeing as we didn't get to see how their battle plays out, but we know she was in obviously the Keyblade War, but then again we know that Master Gula apparently got struck down at some point and he's in the Keyblade War as well, or as a matter of fact he plays a pivotal role still even leading up to the Keyblade War. You would think that of course Ava would probably reveal this information to the rest of the foretellers, and with that information, Master Ira would go to Luxu with his plan, seeing as, of course, he's the person that knows where the Master of Masters is, and if the Master of Masters, if maybe he thought that the Master of Masters just gave up on the world or something, he would probably go to Luxu and be like, I have a plan for the 7 of us to try to save the world, in which Luxu, who's the keeper of the information of where the Master of Masters is, would give him a reply like something relatively similar to, nah, not possible. But the funniest thing about this, and the real reason why I made this video, was really just to be a cocky bastard, because I told you guys this, and I'm not, you can, if you look at my videos, guys, and if you listen to the way I talk, I'm a very sincere dude. I love to just bring, like, you know, thought to videos, food for thought for KH fans and stuff like that with my theories and stuff like that. I don't really like to be a cocky bastard at all. I have never really started any beef with anyone, and I swear to God, one of the biggest YouTubers in this community actually stole one of my videos and then gave the information out wrong. He did it right after I did it. The same concept, like a month right after I did it. And then, of course, he even took the idea of it being like a little short rather than a real, like, you know, explanation video. Instead, it was a little short. He even took that idea too. So I have no doubt that this dude stole my video, and I didn't say anything about it because, not because, oh, his fan base was gonna trip out and wig the fuck out on me, because quite honestly, I don't care for the negative reception that I get, as long as I'm giving people valid information and stuff like that. I don't care. That's my focus. My focus is to be, like, you know, kind of more so that guy that gives you guys more accurate kind of theories, instead of those theories that's just over the top for the sake of giving you this idea that it could potentially be right because, hey, it's Kingdom Hearts, why can't it be over the top? And obviously Master Nomura, I was about to call him Master Nomura. Poppa Nomura just confirmed exactly what I was saying. Everything that I was saying in that video, everything that I was saying in my Twitter, which I went more in depth with. How could the Master of Masters have not resurfaced yet? How could Master Ava be looking for Luxu, who has the information to the Master of Masters? And of course, Master Ira somehow still found the Master of Masters. It just wouldn't make any sense. But now Tetsuya Nomura has given us the information, but this brings another question to the table that's definitely going to spark a theory, because I did have this idea in mind before. Who the hell is the short person with Luxu if that's not Luxu? I mean, even on the box art we can see a shorter dude with the person with the dandelion, and they're standing side by side. Now this could just be like a more so perspective kind of thing, because if you realize they are kind of thrown into that corner there, so obviously he wouldn't stand as tall as the Master of Masters if that is Luxu. But don't you think there would be 3 hooded figures if there's going to be 3 hooded figures? So who the hell is this person? And that's where I got the idea that obviously, of course, the main way I feel like it could be explained is that this is a young Luxu sometime before a time skip, before they both disappeared simultaneously or relatively close to the same time. And then obviously, of course, when Luxu resurfaces, when Master Ava finds him, and then probably gives information to the rest of the foretellers that she found Master Ava and he's up in those hills and shit, that obviously this is the difference between him. Like, he's grown, or he's grown exponentially, and probably the amount of time is a year. And another thing too, man, the foretellers didn't even know about a Keyblade War before the Master of Masters had disappeared. So how in the heck could Master Ira be having a conversation with the Master of Masters about trying to save the world from the darkness of the Keyblade War, or the darkness that was about to transpire and befall his fellow foretellers, and of course their unions and the world itself? How could he have known that stuff if they only found out about the Keyblade War in the trailer in or during the events of Kingdom Hearts Chi, which we already know the Master of Masters was more than likely gone by that time? Because if you look at even the trailer itself, it looks like he's setting up everything for him to leave. It looks like the foretellers are still under his teachings. With the disappearance of Luxu and stuff like that, it definitely does seem like they're still under his teachings, and this makes me, or leads me to believe that the dream and stuff that we saw in Kingdom Hearts Chi or Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, wherever you saw it, this leads me to believe that that wasn't more so of a dream, but rather probably some type of, you know, past event, probably some type of vision of the past, more than likely. If I'm not mistaken, the player couldn't interfere with that dream, and I think that's probably why. It was more so of a memory rather than being a dream itself. Now, I did hear once, and I haven't seen it for myself, that in one of the sequences with, of course, or one of the chapters with, of course, Ephemera, or Ephemer, since they want to change his name, even though his name was perfect, Ephemer, Of course, in one of those missions, the Master of Masters is in fact watching you, but he's kind of in the shadows, so if you don't have a keen eye, you will miss him initially, but you won't miss him if like you play it over and over again. But apparently he is watching you from the shadows, and if he is watching you from the shadows, then it would make sense that if the Master of Masters has a plan that goes something differently, or maybe if the player themselves have something to do with this plan, then he would show them a memory of the Master of Masters with his foretellers. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of throw you off track by giving you a memory to look at, rather than of course letting you go any further and probably interfere with some type of conversation that they were probably holding now, or some type of conversation that goes on that probably even takes place when they're actually talking inside of the heart of the Master of Masters. Or remember the original Kingdom Hearts 2.8 trailers, those Japanese only trailers, probably sometime around then when they were having that conversation, and I feel like that could be the case. So let me know what you guys think about this stuff, man. But Poppa Nomura came through for your boy. I was right. I wonder how many people or how many other YouTubers are actually going, I wonder if anybody is actually going to report that I was right. I feel like no one is, because I feel like there was definitely more people saying this. It was more than just me that felt like that it wasn't the Master of Masters. Like they just felt it in their gut that this wasn't the Master of Masters. And while we went with our gut feeling, and everyone else pretty much went with, of course, the idea that literally I can't, bro. The only fact people had is that the characters had similar voices. That was it. But I mean, that's it for the video, guys. Let me just go ahead and wrap this up because I'm rambling now. This has been your boy Amaziah. Don't forget to do a little A-class gaming, and everything you do, don't forget to keep it A-class. I was in fact right, so definitely go check out the original video if you didn't, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace the heck